In the world that rose from the ashes of the dinosaurs, a new king emerged. This wasn't just any predator. It was a serpent born in the sweltering heat of a recovering planet, and it claimed the throne with silent, suffocating power. Picture a snake the length of a school bus, heavier than a car, with an appetite for giants. This wasn't a monster from a movie. This was the horrifying reality of the Titanoboa. For millions of years, it was the undisputed ruler of the world's first rainforest, a nightmare pulled straight from the fossil record. So, what terrifying secret allowed this serpent to reach such impossible dimensions? And how did it dominate a world fresh from an apocalypse? The truth, unearthed from a Colombian coal mine, is more terrifying than any snake alive today. Our story begins not in a lush jungle, but in the gaping maw of the Cerrejón coal mine in northern Colombia, one of the largest open-pit mines on Earth. Here, starting in the early 2000s, a team of paleontologists from the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute and the University of Florida began peeling back the pages of time. They were digging into a lost world from 60 million years ago, the Paleocene epoch. At first, a massive fossilized bone they found was so large it was mistaken for the backbone of an ancient crocodile. But as the team looked closer, they realized their mistake. It was a vertebra, but not from a croc. It was from a snake. A snake of impossible proportions. This single bone was just the beginning. Eventually, they uncovered over 186 fossils from at least 28 different individuals, including massive ribs and, rarest of all, fragments of a skull. Snake skulls are incredibly delicate and almost never survive fossilization, so this find was monumental. As the scientists pieced this prehistoric puzzle together, the creature that emerged dwarfed any serpent of the modern era. They had found a true monster, and in 2009 they gave it a name worthy of its scale: Titanoboa serrejonensis, the Titanic boa from Cerrejón. To really wrap your head around Titanoboa, you have to appreciate its sheer scale. Forget the biggest snakes you know today. The green anaconda, the heaviest snake alive, might weigh 500 pounds. The reticulated python, the longest, can stretch to 30 feet. Titanoboa would make these modern giants look like spaghetti noodles in comparison. Based on its colossal vertebrae, scientists estimate the average adult Titanoboa reached lengths of 42 to 47 feet longer than a city bus. Its weight is even more staggering, with estimates placing it around 2,500 pounds, well over a metric ton. This was a predator with a body 3 feet wide at its thickest point, a creature so immense that the water was its true home, where buoyancy could help support its crushing bulk. For years, Titanoboa held the title of the largest snake to have ever existed. But science never stands still. In 2024, a new challenger emerged, Vasuki indicus, a colossal snake discovered in India. Early estimates suggest Vasuki may have been slightly longer than Titanoboa, perhaps reaching 50 feet. However, the debate over the true king of snakes isn't just about length. Titanoboa's vertebrae are far more robust, indicating a significantly heavier and more muscular build. So, while Vasuki may have been a longer, more slender serpent, many believe Titanoboa was the undisputed heavyweight champion, a thicker, more powerful constrictor, built for overwhelming monstrous prey. So, why did Titanoboa get so huge? To answer that, we have to go back to its world, the Paleocene epoch. This was Earth just a few million years after the asteroid that wiped out the non-avian dinosaurs. The planet was a hothouse, and the swampy jungle Titanoboa called home was far hotter and wetter than any rainforest today. Scientists believe the average temperature there hovered between 86 and 93 degrees Fahrenheit, 34 degrees Celsius. This extreme heat was the secret ingredient to Titanoboa's gigantism. As a cold-blooded reptile, its metabolism and body size were directly linked to the temperature of its surroundings. A warmer world meant a faster metabolism, which allowed for and demanded a larger body. In a way, Titanoboa acted as a giant, living thermometer for its prehistoric world, with its very existence proving just how hot the Paleocene really was. This world was a vast network of muddy rivers and wetlands, teeming with life. Its fossils were found alongside those of giant turtles, with shells the size of manhole covers and massive crocodile-like dinosaurs. This waterlogged hellscape was the perfect arena for a semi-aquatic ambush predator of Titanoboa's size, a place where it could move with stealth and power, perfectly hidden by the murky depths. The story of Titanoboa is a chilling reminder of the giants that rise and fall with our planet's climate. If you find the hidden world of prehistoric monsters as fascinating as we do, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss what we unearth next. For millions of years, Titanoboa was the undisputed apex predator of its ecosystem for one simple reason: nothing could challenge it. In the power vacuum left by the dinosaurs, it slithered to the top of the food chain. But its method of killing wasn't about venom or speed. It was about silent, patient, and inescapable power. Like a modern anaconda, Titanoboa was an ambush predator. It would have spent most of its time lurking in the murky waters of Paleocene rivers, with maybe just its snout breaking the surface. Its likely dull skin would have been perfect camouflage in the muddy water, making it virtually invisible. It didn't chase its prey. It let its prey come to it. Analysis of its skull suggests it was primarily adapted for a diet of fish, with sharp teeth angled backward to ensure slippery prey could only move in one direction, down its throat. But Titanoboa was no mere fish eater. The fossils of giant crocodilians and turtles found alongside it tell a darker story. It was more than capable of taking on these armored beasts. When an unsuspecting crocodilian swam too close, the attack would have been explosive. A lunge, a powerful bite to get a grip, and then the real terror would begin. Titanoboa would deploy the signature weapon of the boa family, constriction. Coiling its immense, muscular body around its victim, it would squeeze with unimaginable force. With every breath the prey exhaled, the coils would tighten, crushing bones and organs until the animal suffocated. It could even hold its breath for up to an hour, allowing it to do its deadly work entirely underwater. It had no venom, because it didn't need any. It was a living press, a silent killer that ruled its domain through sheer brute force. Titanoboa's reign was absolute for about 2 million years. But as it turns out, titans aren't made to last. Its extinction wasn't caused by a dramatic asteroid impact or a volcanic eruption. Instead, the very thing that made its rise possible was also the cause of its downfall: the climate. Toward the end of the Paleocene, the planet's thermostat began to dial down. Global temperatures started to cool, and the hothouse world that sustained Titanoboa's massive, heat-dependent metabolism began to fade. As the tropical warmth receded, the giant snake simply couldn't generate enough energy to survive. Its enormous size, once its greatest strength, became its fatal weakness. The steamy rainforests began to shrink, and its prey, like the giant crocodilians and fish, likely declined as well. Slowly but surely, the age of giant reptiles drew to a close, and the world's largest snake slithered quietly into extinction. The discovery of Titanoboa wasn't just about finding the bones of a giant snake. It was like opening a window into a lost world. It showed us a time when Earth, recovering from one catastrophe, experimented with life on a truly monstrous scale. The snake is a fossilized testament to the profound link between climate and life, proving that when the conditions are right, nature can and will produce perfect killers of unimaginable size. Its bones now lie in a museum, a silent relic of a hotter past. But its story serves as a chilling reminder of the terrifying truth of prehistory, that for a time, the Earth was ruled by a 47-foot serpent. A titanic boa that wasn't a myth or a legend, but a horrifying, suffocating reality. The world has changed, but the fossil record remembers. And it makes you wonder, what other monsters lie sleeping, waiting to be unearthed?